Howdy, partner. So you want to learn how to make pulled pork on a Pit Boss portable tabletop pellet grill? Well, you're in luck. We're going to show you today. Today, we're going to walk you through a quick and easy recipe, maybe not too quick, but an easy recipe on how to make pulled pork on one of these pellet grills. Now, it really works on any pellet grill, but the one that we're showing off is the Pit Boss portable tabletop pellet grill. I'll walk you through it real quick. Also, we got a couple more videos on this, as well as a bunch of general suburban dad how-to videos. You want to check those out, go to bottom right, hit the subscribe button. I really appreciate the subscribers. Also, like the likes, and any questions or comments you got, go ahead and let me know. I get a lot of tips and tricks about barbecuing through these videos, and that helps out to refine it each and every time. So we heated up this grill earlier. While we're talking, I'm gonna go ahead and plug it back in and get it up to the smoke setting. That way we can get ready and put our pork in there. So this is a good, well-built grill. It's got a 7-pound hopper on the top, and this thing you fill with these wood pellets, and this will last all day long. It really does a very great job. Then you have this large cooking surface, as well as an additional rack if you need a little more height. So surprisingly does a large amount of food here. This is an 8-pound pork butt. The same thing as pork shoulder. Pulled pork is more of just a way to describe the cooking method, but it will easily fit there. We'll see, I'll show you in just a minute. So you have a control panel, which is pretty much the same as all the different Pit Boss grills. We have that smoke right now, and then you can set all different settings. There's 3 different indicators that you really probably can't see, but there's one that says igniter, 1 fan, and 1 auger. Right now the igniter and the fan are going. That just tells you what's happening. The auger spins out those pellets one at a time, and the igniter lights them, and that keeps it just at that good temperature. This grill is great about staying within about 5 to 15 degrees of exactly where you want to be. You also have this barbecue meat probe we're going to talk about. This unfortunately did not come with the grill, but I'll put it in the description and you can go ahead and check the link if you want to pick one up. So, back to business. For the pulled pork, we're going to go ahead and take the pork and we're going to rub it down. I used this Pit Boss pulled pork barbecue rub, but you can use your favorite rub. I'll put that in the description too, but anyhow, go ahead and rub it down about 30 minutes before you want to put it on. Now again, I said this is an 8-pound piece of pork. I should mention, this grill is very heavy. It's about 50 pounds, so it is portable, but it is very heavy, very well built, really solid, got a drip tray, all that stuff. So, we're at about 210, I want to be at 225 to start off. We're gonna go ahead and put this down. We want to go fat side up so that that'll run down it. But as you can see, if we wanted to, I mean, I could put 2 8-pound pieces on here, really no problem. This 8-pounder doesn't even cut into it. And I got a napkin. And it will not touch the roof. The roof of it is pretty high. So how are we cooking it? We're gonna start at 225, let it smoke for about 30 minutes, maybe an hour. After it gets to a nice bark on it, we're gonna go ahead and crank that up to 275, and we're gonna cook it for about an hour a pound. So this is gonna be at 225 for about an hour, and then 275 for maybe 7 to 8 hours. Some people like to do it 225 to 250 the whole time. That'll be about 90 minutes a pound. We don't wanna go quite that much, so we're gonna do an 8-pound in 8 hours and change. Start at 225, then we're gonna crank it up. Stay tuned and check it out. Smelling good. All right, well, we're about 45 minutes into the cook. I'm gonna go ahead and crank it up now to about 250, let's say. Then we're gonna go ahead and put in this meat probe thermometer. We want to put it in the thickest part of the meat. We're gonna go ahead and put it into the thickest part of the meat, right in the middle there. Make sure it's not gonna get caught up when the door closes. And you see the meat's still pretty cool. It says 68 degrees. So, I know I said I want to cook at 275. Unfortunately, on this Pit Boss, we got 250 or 300. So we're just gonna cook at 250 for the next couple hours. Then once it hits 165 degrees internal, we're gonna wrap it in foil. That'll help to steam it off and really tenderize the meat. And then we'll finish it off at a higher temp. So we're gonna sit here till this gets to 165, wrap it in foil and see how it's going. Stay tuned. All right, well, it's been just about 5 hours at that 250, and the meat is now at the 165 degree internal temperature. It's coming along very nicely. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take it now, we're gonna wrap it in 2 pieces of aluminum foil. And what that should do is that should help it to kind of start to steam a little bit and really soften up that fat and help it to cook. I'm also gonna crank it up. I'm gonna crank it up to 300 degrees. We're at 250. We're gonna go up to 300. And we're looking for an internal temperature of about 200 degrees, maybe 2 to 205. So we're gonna go ahead and insert the thermometer again. And then I will crank this up to 300. Check on back in a couple hours. Stay tuned. Well, we got just under the 8-hour mark, and our pork was showing as an internal temperature of 205, which we were looking for at 200 to 205. So we went ahead and took it off. If you want to, you could turn that temperature a little bit lower and make it cook out a couple hours longer or shorter. It's really not an exact science. You want to start at lower temperature at smoky, 225, 250, and then bring it on up for a couple hours. So if you want to open it up now, we'll check it out. We've let it rest for about 30 minutes. So it's looking pretty good. Let me get this foil out of the way. Oh, and it's just falling apart. This is going to be really good, I think. So, pick up that foil in a minute. So here we've got this bone in here, and look at that. That bone came out just that easy. This pork's going to be really nice. There is a layer of fat on the top that will probably separate before we actually rip it up. But I'm going to grab my pork bear paws and just use these to just tear it up a little bit. So let me tear up this edge, pull it apart a little bit, and you can just see the moisture in here. I mean, it comes out just that easy. So let's see how we're doing. All right. Looks pretty hot. That is good, and that was easy. If you can throw something in the oven, you can cook this pork on this Pit Boss tabletop pellet grill. Again, thanks for tuning in, Mr. Greg's How To. Be sure to subscribe bottom right, and also any comments you got in the comment box. Appreciate the likes. Thanks for watching. Remember, if I can do this, you can too.